Today's video is going to be about inspecting a hive, a very basic rudimentary inspection. It's geared for the person who got their nuke not too long ago. They set it up on their hive stand in their 10-frame equipment, and now what? A lot of times I hear people, they go into the hive, they take pictures, they post it on Facebook and go, does everything look cool? So I'm going to show you how to make that determination without asking people on Facebook. This hive, it was a nuke about 2 or 3 weeks ago. So I set it up in a 5-frame equipment. And then a week or so ago, maybe like 10 days ago, I set it up in 10-frame equipment. So we're literally right up to where you are if you had just installed a nuke. Now, of course, I've been feeding this and giving it frames of honey from my heavier hive. So that's the only difference here is a brand new installed nuke, you would have a feeder on there and just feeding the heck out of them. So you install the nuke in the center frames, in the center of the hive, and then you put all your spare foundations to the outside. So here's a spare foundation, and here's another one. And look, this is what fresh drawn comb is going to look like. They started, that's what you want to see in a brand new nuke or package that was just installed. This video is interchangeable for package bees as well. So that's brand new comb. It's very white. It's just very perfect looking. This was a frame that was brand new in there about 10 days ago. And I'm going to try to zoom in on this when I do editing. But you can see that's pollen. In these cells right here, there's eggs. I'll try to zoom in on that. I don't know if it's going to show up or not. I'll do my best. And now we'll get to the frames that were already in the nuke. So here, we have a frame with capped brood. That's all this velvety kind of looking stuff. And then you have capped honey. That's that waxy stuff. And it's making that arch that everybody talks about. If you don't have that arch, every time, certain times of the year, that's okay. Another beautiful frame. That's all capped brood. It's just a different color because it's newer wax that they just drawn out, and they're going to vary. And then the older that capped brood gets, the darker it'll get as well until it emerges. And then that's what open larva looks like. All of that stuff right there. I may actually take pictures of all of this and zoom in and then just kind of put it in the middle of the video for you. That actually makes a lot of sense. I mean, this is beautiful. Like, that's just like a full frame of capped brood. She's got some room to lay. They're drawing wax. This is fantastic. They have stores. I'm glad I picked this hive to show you guys. So we have eggs in there. So you'll hear me say a lot of times, empty drawn comb is pretty much worth its weight in gold. It is the most valuable resource in beekeeping. And then capped brood, full frames of capped brood that's mostly capped. That's your next best option for room to lay, because that will be emerging soon. They're burying fiber back there. I hope it's not interfering with my audio too bad. Okay, we got some capped honey. We got a little bit of pollen in there. We have open larva. Capped honey and eggs. Oh, they're brush hogging. That right there is a queen cup. Okay, it's a queen cup until there's an egg and an egg or larva in there. Once that happens, it becomes a queen cell. These you don't have to worry about. They just kind of build those and keep them on standby just in case. We call them little practice cups. There's another one down here. Just make sure there's nothing in there. They're drawing that out pretty good. That's all brand new wax. And there's eggs in there. She has room to lay over there. So this is a cool hive. This is real good. The population could be a little bit better, but with all those frames of capped brood, it's going to be pretty populated soon. Now, the next question everyone asks is, when do we put the second box on? Second box goes on when 80% of your frames are drawn and working. Like they drawn comb, she's either laying in it or they're putting something in the cells. So 8 out of your 10 working frames, add a box. A little trick, if you want to get them to start drawing a frame out, is find your frame of good solid capped brood or open larva. So we got 2 of them. Leave a gap and take one of your undrawn brand new frames and put it in there. I don't like putting empty drawn frames next to honey frames that are bulging or, open nectar, because a lot of times they'll just continue drawing that out into the empty void of the new frame. And that's it. You close up your hive. I keep my notches down, so it should look like an N, and in the back. Then you put the cover on and make sure you pull it back, because these are telescoping covers. They slide. So you want them open so they get some, cross ventilation. And that's it, man. If you have any questions, please feel free to leave me a comment or find me on Facebook on Lakeview Apiary and message me. If it's really detailed, we can have email correspondence, and you could take that email along with you as your resource. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.